The Gym Became Maria's Fighter by JameliaAlicia. At first, the gym was not a place of hope. It was a last stop for emergencies. Except this time, it was stop for change and transformation. Maria stood outside the glass doors on a January morning, breath fogging the air, wondering how something so ordinary, treadmills, mirrors, fluorescent lights, could possibly compete with the noise in her head. Death had begun to feel like an answer, not a dramatic one, just quiet, final, easy. The gym, by comparison, felt loud and pointless, but she went in anyway. Inside, machines hummed like patient witnesses. No one looked at her, no one asked questions. She liked that. She liked that she could be anonymous with her pain, that she didn't have to explain why her chest felt heavy or why getting out of bed had taken everything she had left. She felt empty inside and felt an invisible death feeling in the world and starting to question, was her existence needed? She chose the treadmill because it was simple. Walk, breathe, don't think too much. The first day, she lasted 8 minutes. Her legs burned, but not in a way that frightened her. It was a clean pain, honest and physical, different from the ache that lived behind her ribs. When she stepped off, sweat-soaked and dizzy, something unexpected happened. Her thoughts were quieter. Not gone, just quieter. That night, she slept without dreaming of disappearing, so she went back the next day, and the next. The repetition was consistency, and it was no turning back from past hurdles. At first, the gym did not heal her. It challenged her. Some days, lifting a weight felt harder than lifting her own thoughts. She had to let go because those thoughts were becoming too heavy for her. Some days, the mirror was cruel. It reflected not just her body, but her exhaustion, her sadness, the way she moved like someone trying not to break. The mirror was the truth she was hiding from the world, but in a public gym mirror, everyone saw true form. No escape. But the gym did something important. It demanded presence. You couldn't spiral while counting reps. You couldn't replay old wounds while focusing on breath. In those moments, her mind had no room to attack her. The gym became a battlefield where her thoughts were forced to step aside and submit to the good hormones of resilience. Weeks turned into months. She learned the language of effort, the difference between discomfort and danger. She learned that shaking didn't mean weakness, it meant growth. She learned that rest was part of survival, not a failure. Slowly, her body changed. Stronger legs, firmer arms, a back that carried itself differently. But the real change happened quietly, invisibly. She began to trust herself and the movements she made on each weight and machine. Each time she showed up on days when sadness told her not to, she proved something important. She could choose life, even when she didn't feel like it. Each completed workout was a small defiance against the voice that said she was done. The gym became her fighter. Maria's was a damsel fighting her own war of destruction. When her mind told her she was worthless, the weights told her she was capable. When her thoughts said she was weak, her body learned otherwise. When death whispered promises of peace, the gym offered something better, earned calm. There were setbacks, days she cried in the locker room, weeks where the darkness returned heavier than before. Healing was not linear, survival never is, but the gym waited for her, unjudging, steady, always there. By summer, she noticed something strange. She laughed more, not loudly, but genuinely. She stood taller. She caught her reflection one day and didn't flinch. By autumn, the thought of death no longer felt like an answer. It felt like a memory, one she had outgrown. Maybe the death cards had turned, and her deal with spiteful human beings had changed. Existence was a gate to purity. A year passed. On the anniversary of her first day, she ran longer than she ever had. When she finished, she didn't collapse. She smiled. Not because everything was perfect, but because she was still here. She had survived. The gym had never promised happiness. It had offered something more honest, a way to fight back, a space where effort turned into proof, where pain transformed into strength, where an unknown calling toward peace slowly revealed itself, not as an ending, but as endurance. She didn't conquer her mental health by destroying it, she survived it. One rep at a time, she created a haven of discipline and training. Soon, the truth of freedom will set her free, knowing that peace is a fortress of truth.